right, I've got the Splitfire Rapid Safety here, and I just wanted to do a quick video on the LaRue Trigger that Rick was so gracious and kind to send that over to me. So I'm gonna definitely get this right back over to him. I did a video a few days ago on it, and YouTube took it down, so there we go. I'm in trouble with those. They wouldn't tell me why, just said I'd violated some guidelines, and no idea what I violated in that because I didn't show anything. Best I can figure is I'm not allowed to show how to assemble firearms components, but anyway, I didn't do that in that video, so I'm gonna try my best and hopefully this goes better. But anyway, whatever. We can have thoughts on another day on that. So the big question is, does the LaRue trigger work on or work with the Splitfire Rapid Safety? And I'm very pleased to say so. I've got it mounted in here. So I've got my safe, I've got my semi, and we've got our rapid safe here. And let's see, I'll show you how well this works. I don't have it bolted in, I'm just waiting for a tap here, but we get a real nice reset. It just, so great hearing that noise. I'm gonna try to avoid showing anything else with that so the video doesn't get taken down again. The really frustrating thing we had to overcome today. So I know I've got a version that works with the Geissele trigger, and the standard one works with the LaRue, no problem. So I'm really excited about that. But the issue is there's this balance between, you know, when you're manufacturing, when you're engineering, when we're inventing, between quality and price, and let's see, what is it? Quality, price, and time. Those are your three constraints, and you can have two of them, but you can't have three. And right now we're coming up against time, and so definitely want to have quality too, but within that quality category, in my opinion, is the versatility that comes about. And so I get to the point where I've got to quit changing the design so we can actually get something out there and sell. And the one we're going to go through with is the one that just does not work with the Geissele, but it works for everything else, and it works with the LaRue. And it's disappointing, and I'm going to push as hard as I can to get that, but just delays in getting the dimensions and the tolerances where we needed to be. And the Geissele does work with others, with all the rest too, and I will figure out that version. But the issue is kind of the timeline. And so I kind of wanted to show you what I was running into. So the Geissele, the back of the trigger tail is not closed, and that's most stock trigger tails. The LaRue is a closed trigger tail, but the Geissele is open. So if you look on the back, it's like a U, and the bottom of that lever on the reset is jamming. And so my design, it's a simple offset, you know, no problem. But when you change that, you run into other issues. And the issue I'm running into has nothing to do with the BCG, still works with the semi-auto and the full auto BCG. But what's going on is there's some guns that are not as hollowed out. So I've got the, this is the Geissele trigger in this one, and I'll just show you real quick. Okay, so on this, this lower is hollowed out very well, so there's nothing that hits on the bottom of that tail. But I have another brand over here, and it is dang near flat. and it's really hard to see. Let's see, maybe I should show it in relation to the holes. So on this one, the holes for the safety, it's dang near flat. Whereas, let's see if I can hold them both at the same time here. I'm sure that's lovely for the camera angle. That's recessed much farther back on this lower. And so, let's see here. Yeah. Okay, that's a better image right there. Okay, so on the right, I've got the standard where you can see that it's a closed, and then on the left, we've got the Geisley that's open on there. So, not showing you how to take apart firearms or anything like that. Hopefully I don't get kicked off YouTube. We don't want that. We want to stay within the rules. Anyway, so that's the difference. But so with the Geisley, the trigger, the lever gets offset just a little bit so it can ride that. Well, the issue is that some of those lowers are not milled out enough, and so it's almost, I don't want to say jamming, but it's not, because that's not correct, but the lever falls back to rest against the hammer that's cocked back, so it rests on that. Well, when you fall the lever down to the bottom, instead of being able to rest, the lever is actually still sticking straight up, and because it's hitting the bottom of that, you don't have an issue when that lever is completely center, which is why the design works so well. That's why it's flawless with so many things. So I'm really excited. I want to have a good product, and I want to get it out timely. I'm so freaking excited, and it's really hard to have patience. And I'm so grateful to Rick for sending me a LaRue Trigger. He mentioned it, and I tried to buy one. They are simply not available, so I'm gonna absolutely get it back. So there's good news in this video, but I figured if I was gonna post a video again, can't do the same one, don't want to get that one taken down too, but I can at least have some more context on manufacturing and whatnot. So I have our first 100 that have been manufactured, and I am just waiting on the lever. They're a black Cerakote deal, so obviously no lever here, but very excited. And what we're working on is I want to sell all of these locally first before we post them online, and there's a few reasons for that. One is I can actually put them in all the rifles myself personally, or as many as I can, and they're easy to install, but I want to make sure that there are zero issues whatsoever. I don't want a really silly little problem to mess something up for a bunch of people. Just that's not, it's a lot better to do things right the first time. Just kind of how I am, how my business partner is. And so to have those first 100 and go, okay, perfect, and that's all gonna go great. So I'm gonna be installing those over the next week or two, and then we'll pull the trigger on the first production batch of 1,000, and that'll be the one where we'll definitely get launched on the website and getting it out there to you guys. But if you disagree with the logic, or if anybody has any better ideas, please let me know. I'm all ears. It's fascinating seeing how booked up all the machinists are in this country, and what it takes to manufacture. But there's no other choice but to manufacture in America. I mean, if we gotta support local. That's what's important. And anyway, I'm just those are kind of my thoughts. I want to be as open. I'm not here to deceive anyone. I want to be here to have a good product and have other great products in the timeline. So for now, till we get a bit more resources, we're going to go forward with one that works in LaRue, keeps your lever center, still works with the semi-auto BCG and the full auto BCG, and it works great. It clicks great. It's fun. It's impossible not to smile. I've gone through a lot of bullets, but man, it's every single one is awesome. So So going through that, and then that'll give us an opportunity when we get a little bit further on the drawings. What it does is moves up the timeline. So I guess another way to put it is, if we went with the one that did, did that does work with the Geisley, it puts us probably another month out from releasing something. Whereas now we're keeping the Splitfire that works with everything except for the Geisley on track, and then we're probably putting the Geisley, a month or two out beyond that, but it gets the main product that's going to work for 95% of people out there faster. So anyway, maybe I'm wrong, but let me know. But anyway, huge thank you to Rick for getting that LaRue over to me. Just awesome. Really happy to mess with that. Just see how it works, feel it, and make sure it works. And anyway, I'm very pleased that it does. So if anybody ever has any more questions about trigger compatibility, we're all ears, and just wanna have something great for the gun community. Support America, support the Second Amendment. So anyway, thank you so much again, and sure I'll be on here soon. Glory to God.